How do you turn this on? Day 8-ish. We haven't been super diligent. But... oh yeah, we're moving up. Check your internet connection. Hello, internet? Am I connected? Don't get any ideas. I think so. But we've been playing the most boring and effective strategy. What am I here to claim? A sense of pride. A sense of accomplishment. A sense of common sense. Choose two. Are Franks your favorite civ? No. They're very boring. They're very effective. They're my highest win rate. At least in the recent... because, well, I'm kind of looking for a way to not go scouts into, well, probably knights. And, like, to efficiently do so. In a reliable fashion, because that's the strategy that I struggle with the most. And so far, so do my opponents. I think the best... well, the only counter that wasn't also doing the same thing better has been Dark Age Rush, where you kind of throw it off from the very start. But that's not really, like... it makes sense, but I haven't seen anything else or seen anyone else execute. Oh yeah, warm up. I regret it every time I don't, so... the sound of 1,000 moves cut short. I don't... Oh, there we are. Wait, no, those are deer. Where are you going? There should be 2 more. With the cows, I don't know if this is a real strat, but with the cows I like going for Boron 11. Because that way you don't end up in the awkward like half harvested cow. But if you don't send it immediately... Oh yeah, straight to the deer. Actually, I could send it to the mill. And see if the deer gods will be smiling upon me today. Warm up. Good enough. Never know exactly how to handle the woodline micro. But I noticed Hera always trying to chop a little pocket. And, of course, keep as many close to the... Sir, give me back my cow. Mistime that gold. There's no spears. Ah. Classic. Think it will now. I wanted to build up enough for both upgrades to start, but I think the armor is way more important, so... Hmm. Hmm. Where's my medevac? Monks and Ram should be able to heal as they... wait. If you garrison in a Ram with a Monk, will it heal? The nice, intimate healing. This is important. I don't think you can fit the horse in the Ram, but... It's actually bad for morale. I don't care about morale. Your morale is very low if you're dead. Still no wheelbarrow. That's a big one that I missed. Good, you still enjoy it? What are my... Hey. I never got +2 attack. So if I group a whole bunch of you, like if I group some of these units on stand ground and the other ones, they'll stay. Okay, yeah, you gotta regroup. Just trying to figure out. So they all have to be either on the same group, otherwise it's just a disparate sort of thing. Okay, I'm gonna get everybody up in the castle. I know. Oh yeah, it's what's it called? Herbal medicine or something. We peddle our wares. I actually want to see how much faster it is. Let me get some of these monks. Is there a way to only get the monks? Oh, shift click. Okay. Wait. Do the monks have to be in the castle for that to be relevant? I assume so. So, right now, we're at 42 HP out of, well, let's get somebody, 51 out of 120 HP. Pretty fast. I don't know what the usual heal rate is. Seal coming. Yeah, Extreme AI. It was not a week ago that Extreme AI was... Like, it was still definitely... I was favored. But it was not a guaranteed win. But... now, I'm considering 1v2. Also, you start to learn its patterns, and it's dangerous, and it has different builds, which is cool. And I think different civs are probably more dangerous if they're well suited to it, but yeah, now it's, I wonder what herbal medicine does. So, units, garrisons, and buildings heal faster. That has nothing to do... Do the monks have to be in the building? Like, I'm just gonna check. We have a bunch of... It looks like no, they're definitely healing. If the monks are in the building, does it go faster? Also, let's do the... I need to test the rams. It's ramming time. This is important, alright? I need to see if we can get in rams together and... You know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. Just fill in the blanks. Let's get some damage on these villies. Yep, alright. Great job, team. Everybody get in! Only heal when standing. Alright, so these... The ram is full. Alright, some of you get out. Wait, monks can't get in rams? This changes some things. They won't deign to... No drive-by healing? You learn something new. I'm gonna find... Here's a 5-year-old video. I don't know if it's been changed. Is there a rough 11 very low to rank in StarCraft? Yeah. I mean, percentile. So rank in StarCraft is not determined. Rank in StarCraft is also determined by just a number. The rank border or like league is just a skin over that number. So the ranges in StarCraft 2 are between about 1,000. It's very hard to get below 1,000. And Serral is 7,000. But you go down about 20 players, and you get to 6,000. So we'll call it 6,000, because almost nobody on NA is over 6,000. So it's between 1 and 6,000, as opposed to between like 0 and 3K. Now, does doubling it really... No, the percentiles are not the same. Like right now... I'm trying to find the right numbers real quick. I got exact stats for today. Like, just one moment. Like, it doesn't have to be approximate. Well, this is the Liquipedia. This is not... Unfortunately, the ranking system... Well, the leagues in StarCraft 2 don't work perfectly because of the Master League bug and all that, but the numbers are still relevant. So, here are the percentiles in... these are the targets. It doesn't always hit, but let's just go with this because it's close enough most of the time. Where Master's 2%, Grandmaster is a fraction of a percent. Diamond, 18. It's essentially 20% for Diamond to Silver. Well, Gold to Diamond. With Masters and Grandmasters being the cream of the crop. And then AoE 2. We're at 81%. 81.8%, which means... I'm about to get... Wait, no, that is Diamond. I did math wrong. But according to the SC2 targets. So it'd be about Diamond 3. Ish. Notice this. This is showing that my team rating is pretty shit compared to my 1v1 rating. And that's because I hate other people. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Team rating ELO, it's inflated, but this is a measure of 1v1 versus team rating. AKA, like, what the correlation between your 1v1 and your team rating usually is. We're not worrying about the exact number. And I'm below average, though I'm still definitely in the range. But, more important, an excuse to watch Spirit of the Law. There's no need for it. We could just sit here and watch it all day. And there'd still be 150 videos for you to catch up on, but... Because I am actually super interested, because I think this is one of the mechanics that is kind of important, but overlooked heavily by noobs like me. And it's healing from monks and the details around it, which this video is 5 years old, so it may have changed. I know conversions have changed, but...
Hey guys, Spirit of the Law here. We all know monks collect relics and of course are useful in conversions when in small numbers, but what about when it comes to healing? It's not something that's done all that often, but does adding a few monks to passively heal during a
Not
battle
done all
have
that
a
often?
noticeable impact? If so, how does it compare to conversions? And what about healing units in castles? In this video, I'll be looking at lots of questions about monks and healing, both during
Let me know
and
if they're
after
big
combat, to hopefully put all these things into perspective.
I'm gonna check one more time and make sure there's not a newer video. It appears... I feel like if there was a big change, he would have made another video. I noticed he did that for the conversion, so...
Hey guys, Spirit of the Law here. We all know monks collect relics and, of course, to conversions. And what about healing units in castles? In this video, I'll be looking at lots of questions about monks and healing, both during and after combat, to hopefully put all these things into perspective. Let's check it out.
If you're 50 under your Diamond League, more like 1250. Oh yeah, so people don't do these sort of intros anymore because usually they inspire people to skip. People who are new might watch it once. I love this shit, but it hurts the algorithm, which is why he probably doesn't do it anymore either.
Missionaries in Definitive Edition heal 150 HP per minute. It might look like simple hand waving, but it really seems to work. From that rate, we'd expect 4 monks to then heal 600 HP per minute. But of course it doesn't work
Wait,
that
does
way.
it stack?
That'd be far too easy. Each additional monk healing the same unit only adds half that amount. In this example,
I didn't even know you could...
600, 4 monks are healing about 375. The simplest way to think of it is that the first monk to start healing a unit heals at double the normal rate, meaning it's better to spread them out, which, as it just so happens, is a behavior they'll do all on their own. Unfortunately, a result of that is they won't heal a unit automatically with multiple monks in any situation. You have to manually task multiple monks to heal a unit if you want them to do that. Another bit of monk behavior to note is that there's a 2 to 3 second delay in switching between healing units. So if you have a lot of units with a small amount of damage, you'll be getting significantly less healing than the 150 HP per minute you'd expect. The maximum healing range is about 4 tiles and is unaffected by block printing, which only increases conversion range. For Teutons, the maximum healing range is double that at 8 tiles, making them particularly useful in practice because they don't need to be in the middle of the action. Monks obviously have some issues with low HP, no armor, and a high cost, so they really shouldn't be that close to enemy units. Those are the basics about monks and how they heal, so now let's look at how much they can actually help a battle. To get a baseline for comparison, I'll start by excluding conversions, though we'll see how that impacts things a bit later. With ranged units around, you also want to be careful with monks, so for now I'm going to focus on Castle Age Knights and Elephants here. In a very Christmassy looking fight, we have 20 versus 20 knights, which should be evenly balanced. But what happens if we throw in 4 monks to heal Green's units? Instead of a balanced fight, we have Green ending with about a third of its collective HP left, which after giving the monks a while to heal, gives them back 10 full strength knights out of their original 20. That's 400 gold worth of monks, giving 900 resources in value before and 1350
let alone the conversions.
After another minute. That's
Nobody
definitely
would
more
take
than
that
I
fight,
expected,
obviously.
But of course, this isn't really a fair test, since there's an extra 400 resources thrown in on one side. In terms of total resources, 3 knights cost about the same as 4 monks though. So how would 20 knights hold up against 17 knights and 4 monks healing them? This leads to a very different result, with Red winning with around a third of their HP left. Based on this, I'd say while healing looks strong when we throw monks into an already balanced fight, a bit of healing isn't going to overcome even a relatively modest disadvantage. So far, this has also been assuming that you can protect the monks, which is also much easier said than done. It's a similar result with Battle Elephants, where with roughly equal resources of 15 Battle Elephants against 13
I don't know how he
elephants
sets
and
up
4
these
monks,
fights. I've
the
done
monks
some
just
in the
don't give
editor,
enough
but
value with healing
I
to
don't know if
really
he just does
justify
that
the
every
cost.
time or not.
Just for some variety, you also see a similar thing with post-Imperial Halberdiers,
Because I
where
wanted
with
to test some
balanced total
things.
resources, you're better off going all Halberdiers than swapping a few for an equal cost of monks. What I take away from this is that a bit of passive healing from monks is good when you have a perfectly balanced fight, or one where you have the advantage. But anytime you're at a disadvantage, monks with healing alone will rarely, if ever, manage to make up the difference and snatch victory from defeat. You can kind of see why by thinking about the numbers as well. Monks heal 150 HP per minute, so it's kind of like they're adding an extra knight to your side over the course of a minute, or another battle elephant every 2 minutes. Fights just don't typically last long enough for that to make up for an initial disadvantage. I can see the argument for use in free-for-alls though, where battles can be one-sided
yes, of
as
course.
you attack a weaker player, or someone stretched across the map. In that case, healing can be a way to maintain an army's strength over a series of smaller fights, and as a way to conserve resources. I'll come back to the connection between healing and resources a bit later, but first let's take a look at the trade-off between healing and conversions here. Conversions are incredibly effective because not only are you taking a unit from your opponent, but you're also adding one to your side. It's effectively the same as
It's
adding
important to
2
have
units to your
infographics.
army, one to negate theirs, plus an extra one left over. It's no wonder the conversion sound is so anxiety-provoking, as it can really swing a fight. I'll do the same tests again, but this time allow the monks to convert, which admittedly becomes difficult to do efficiently in large numbers, but with 3 or 4 monks it seems reasonable. In the
I
case
still
where
haven't found a
17
good
knights
tip
and
for
4
how to do
monks
that.
eventually lost to 20 knights with
It's
the monks
mostly a
healing
lot of
alone, we now have a
manipulation
solid
of like
victory
the
in
idle key
green.
or not.
With a few conversions
Or
to even
just
the numbers and then
very
a bit of
fast
added healing,
APM,
I think this is a
like
better
converting 4 or
representation
5
of
at a
how monks
time.
can impact a battle. In the battle elephant test, green also lost using healing alone, but even converting just 2 elephants leads to a comfortable win. If instead they're able to convert 4 different elephants, then the battle becomes quite one-sided. Again, you're taking units away from your opponent while adding them to your side, and with something like elephants, that adds a lot of value. It's important not to lose context here though. These are high-value units that monks counter, and on a scale that is possible to micro. This works in the mid-game against knights, elephants, and high-value unique units, but isn't going to work in a trash
Unit
fight where
group
your
each month.
opponent is spamming
Yeah, like it's
bazaars.
Brood War.
Getting back on
5
focusing
convert,
just
but
on
you still
healing,
have to
what
click
about
each
healing
time.
valuable
Like it's
units
still barely
after a fight?
saving any time.
It should go without saying that in practice, you don't want to always be sending your units across the map.
You still have to
after
click that
every
each
fight,
individual
as that would
unit,
pretty
even
quickly
if you're
kill your
more
momentum.
easily
But
spinning.
let's say the opportunity presents itself. To put some numbers on the value of a quick heal, I think it's helpful to frame it as a way to generate resources. The way I picture it, if you can heal a unit back from 1 HP to full health, it feels somewhat comparable to training a brand new unit, but without the cost. We'll say for a group of knights, every 120 HP of healing a monk can give you is indirectly giving you 60 food and 75
Somebody
gold
learning about
value,
conversions
which
the
is
first
cost
time.
of a
Yeah,
knight.
it's kind of a big
It's
deal.
not quite the same thing as I would take a brand new knight and a 1 HP knight over just a fully healed one, but let's see where it takes us. Looking at it that way, healing can give some pretty decent value, especially for units with a high cost for their HP. Very roughly, with knights, for example, each monk healing is like having 8 more villagers collecting resources during that time period.
Think of
if you were to
monks as
pay for the
infestors.
units equivalent to what's being recovered. Here's a list of that same calculation for other Castle Age units, and keep in mind for Byzantines, these numbers are all 50% higher. I'm focusing on Castle Age here since in the late game you tend to float more resources and have a larger economy. So
This is glazing. I'm glazing. I was mostly looking for the mechanics of healing.
Gold intensive units can also provide
This is the
a different
closest
kind
I
of
got.
value in free-for-alls or 1v1 games. Something I find interesting and actually makes sense when you think about it is elephants don't provide amazing value to heal, simply because while they're expensive, they also have a ton of HP. It's the ratio
Conversion
of HP to
doesn't care about
resources that
cost,
makes a unit
or I
look
mean
good
HP.
From this perspective. With relatively low HP but expensive
That's the key.
units
That's
like
why it's a
conquistadors
it's a
and other
counter
heavily
to
larger
large,
variations, giving the
expensive
best
units that
value
you make
on
a
the
few
face
of,
it.
like
Of course,
elephants or
crossbows
knights.
technically give great value by this measure, but are so often killed in a single volley or mangonel shot, I'm not sure this one's really going to translate as well in practice. The fact that monks can follow elephants and keep up is also something that isn't captured here, but definitely adds to their value. But while I focused on the monk a lot in this video, there's actually a whole other way to heal, which is in a town center, castle, or tower.
This is
It turns
most
out
of what I wanted to
castles
know.
heal at double the rate of town centers and towers at
Oh, wow,
12
that's
versus
okay.
6 HP per minute. Of course, the monk
That's
is
not much.
150, so right away that sounds pretty
Knights have
terrible.
120
This is where
HP.
herbal medicine comes in though, and gives 6 times the healing rate to buildings. In practice, a castle full of 20 damaged units ends up healing about as fast as 10 monks. To put some numbers to it, if you throw 20 elite Mangadai into a castle to heal, then during the 30 seconds or minute they're healing, it's as if you've added another 100 villagers to your economy. Adding to that, you can still create
That's a
more
compelling-
Mangadai with your
that's a
castles
compelling
while they
argument.
heal anyway, and come back with an even bigger army than if you'd thrown those units away and created new ones. It's a somewhat dramatic example,
Wow.
but every now and then a situation might come up where that's worth remembering. So to put it all together, based on the testing, I think using monks to heal mid-battle is nice as an extra little thing, but not if it's at the cost of actual units in a close fight. It only looks good to me in situations where you have the advantage already and can keep your monks safe. Aztecs with extra HP or Teutons with double the healing range would be better suited to this than a lot of other civilizations. For actual conversions on a small scale, monks are great and can definitely swing a fight.
I'll do the
Basically,
conversion
all
video
cases,
next.
I say prioritize conversions over healing, though in a large scale fight that's obviously not going to be as practical. In terms of healing after a fight,
I think
that's
it's
a bit
worth-
more of a judgment call. You want to think about
It
momentum
is
and
like one
keeping
of the
your presence
defining
on the map,
mechanics of
as
the
opposed to
entire
running back
game,
to heal
so-
every time you start to get the upper hand. I think that's a lot of why you don't see healing done very often in practice. When the right opportunity presents itself though, the value is definitely there to justify healing a damaged army with either monks or herbal medicine and a castle. I especially like the idea with variations of the cavalry archer where maintaining a high number of them is important. Healing is probably underused a bit in general, but it's also micro-intensive, and I think a lot of players just end up preferring to focus on other things. My goal wasn't to argue either in favor or against healing, though in making this video, I think I'm now more likely to consider healing than I have been in the past. That's all for this one though. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.
So, yeah. What I wanted to know was the actual numbers on everything. The argument for healing over conversions, obviously you always want to convert, if you can. But healing... So, the real takeaway is herbal medicine is really good. Like, really, really good. Like, once you get a decent amount of, bonuses. So, apparently, conversions were updated. So, I think this video, if you haven't already watched Spirit of the Law, obviously, if you know AoE2, you know Spirit of the Law. I wish there was someone like this for StarCraft 2, but then again, StarCraft 2 doesn't have all these edge cases that literally, like, you could go through each civilization and say it's slightly different. But,
Hey, guys.
I guess the closest was kind of Day 9 to an extent, but... And then there are a few people who do videos like this, but there's not too many cases of... Anyways, the point is, conversions are one of the most important parts of the game and are one of the hardest to execute and are definitely the difference between like a high-level player and a pro, or at least one of the major ones. I can say being neither. But I think this video, obviously, is important for both people who have no idea what they're talking about and people who think they know what they're talking about. Because apparently they changed it this year.
Guys, Spirit of the Law here. In this video, I want to take an updated look at monk conversions in AoE2, looking first at how it worked for many years, and then how it works now, after an overhaul to the mechanic a while back. This is always a bit of a complicated topic, exemplified by the most recent patch preview notes that may have confused the two types of resistance units can have, which just goes to show even some of the devs can get mixed up on this topic. Besides being
I wonder how many of the
random to some
devs were
extent,
part of the
this was
original
originally one
team.
of those real mystery box things in the game, and the credit to figuring it out largely goes to a Mr. Fixit online back in 2008 for some truly ingenious testing to work out a lot of the mechanics. Though a video by T West and some contributions by others on the AoE2 wiki have helped refine things since then, and I actually think there's very little left to investigate at this point. What seems most useful is just an accessible, up-to-date summary, as a lot of things that were true at one point have been changed over the last few years. First though, I think it's interesting to go back and talk about how it used to work, and why they ended up changing things. At its core, it's clear the original devs wanted monk conversions to have some random element, and kept largely the same framework as priest conversions did in AoE 1. Essentially, monks attempt conversions on regular intervals, which it's thought to be about 1.25 seconds in-game, or about 3/4 of a second in real time, and isn't necessarily in sync with the motions that monks are doing while converting. Rather than talk about how many seconds it takes to convert, it makes a lot more sense to just think in terms of these conversion attempts in those 1.25 second intervals, so that's how we're going to do it. Previously, there were 3 practice/warm-up attempts, and then starting on the 4th, there was a roughly 25%, maybe as high as 27% chance to convert the target unit, and this would continue in a new attempt every 1.25 seconds until it cut off at 10, after which the game would just give you the conversion.
So there's a minimum time.
Already.
Is a super key
If we look at
part.
the conversion attempts on an x-axis,
Or
remembering
there
there's
was.
1.25 seconds in between all these, and then the probability any particular attempt would be successful on the y-axis, we get this graph, which was the basic pattern for over 20 years. Notice about a quarter of conversions happened on that fourth attempt, after about 5 seconds in game, but with a good chunk of conversions happening on that last attempt, so there was a very wide spread. The distribution has kind of an unintuitive shape, if we're being honest, as we might naively expect a bell curve with an average of 7 seconds and some chance for an uncommonly short or long conversion, but this kind of went in the exact opposite direction, which is worth making a mental note of for later. Now, this distribution wasn't true against all targets though. Some units had built-in resistance, which functionally divided the conversion chance on each attempt by a fixed value, which had a major impact. Going from the default level to level 2 resistance would change the distribution to this, and for level 3, it would obviously just be that, but even more extreme, where suddenly over half the time a conversion would run its maximum length. Ships had a resistance level 3
ships.
for
Wait, you can convert ships?
Had a resistance level of 8
I guess
for
why
many
not?
years, so you only had about a 3% chance to convert on each attempt until that last guaranteed one. The technology faith was then a little unusual, perhaps inspiring the later direction things would go, and added 3 conversion resistance levels while also raising the
I didn't
minimum
realize
and
there's so much
maximum time
detail
for
in the
conversion,
icons.
such that any old unit with faith had a pretty decent
Remember
chance of
when
lasting
games
a
used to
full
have
14
icons that weren't
conversion
2
attempts,
colors
which
and a
was almost 18 seconds
basic
in game,
graphic?
so it was a very impactful tech and a little less OP now, with a cheaper cost to reflect that. A scout unit with faith would then stack their resistance with faith, so you'd be cutting that 25%-ish chance by 11 each time, and functionally guarantee a max length conversion, especially with the Teuton bonus also giving its own +2 level of resistance. At a certain point though, resistance levels kind of stop meaning very much, as you just get basically the maximum every time. So what was wrong with all this, and why did it eventually need changing? Well, going back to the basic conversion time probabilities, essentially half the time you got either the minimum or maximum, with a huge spread between them, ranging from about 5 in-game seconds to just under 13 seconds to convert. And I think it was simply a matter of feeling too random.
Don't gamers like
There's also the
RNG?
problem that even a very resistant unit without faith had a non-zero chance of a minimum conversion time. And just basic human psychology, people are going to notice those ultra-fast conversions and will feel like they're more common than they are. You also had the problem of increasing resistance levels having diminishing returns, to the point that getting to level 3 resistance was way more impactful than going from, say, level 3 to even level 12. And it was only faiths raised to the minimum and maximum that really seemed to change the dynamic in an interesting way. So a patch just over 2 years ago addressed these concerns head on. To describe the direction of the overhaul in one sentence, it made conversion times more consistent and shifted the emphasis from conversion resistance to adjusting min and max times. To that point, instead of a 4 to 10 conversion range being possible, they compressed that to 5 to 9, but with a 38 or 39% chance to convert on each attempt instead of 25. On a macro level, the actual average time only dropped from 6.5 to 6.4 intervals, or about 8.1 to 8 seconds of in-game time. But the way you experience those conversions was suddenly very different by compressing the extremes. These have the same X and Y axes, and you can see a 5th row conversion is now a much more likely outcome than any specific outcome before, which just feels like more consistency in practice. The other part of the overhaul was a big shift toward using minimum and maximum
video volume
times
as
as the primary lever, with the devotion tech adding +1 second across the board.
His voice is too
4 seconds.
soothing.
At this point, neither actually changes the distribution. They just add more warm-ups, or you could think of it as more time added to the end of a usual conversion. The point is, they don't touch the actual probabilities per roll anymore, so you don't get that really backloaded distribution that Faith had created. And you also lose these super fast conversions that could still happen back in the day, even after Faith now and then. The shift to min and max values as a focus actually went way beyond just those 2 techs, and other examples of resistance being done this way now include ships having +2 seconds to their min and max compared to your standard unit, Bengali elephant units having +3 to their min and +1 to their max conversion time, Teuton's team bonus now doing the same thing, with Teutonic Knights specifically having another +3 to min and max for good measure, Traction Trebs have a similar +3 to both, Battle and War Elephants have +2, and Sicilian's First Crusade adds +4 to min and max for
the
their
normal
units.
group. Teutonic Knights, Traction Trebuchets, Bengali Elephant, ships.
Conversion attempts, which are a tiny bit longer than seconds if we're splitting hairs. This is where we get to the new Slinger change though, which says conversion resistance is raised from 0 to 2. This is somewhat ambiguous, but what they're doing is adding to the minimum and maximum conversion time, while the actual resistance during each roll is unchanged. If we look at the distribution of the 2 interpretations here, adding 2 to the resistance level per roll would give us a distribution where we have many more of the longest possible conversions, similar to how Faith used to work. whereas what they actually implemented was a 2-interval shift to the right, so conversions just take about 2 seconds longer across the board, which actually works out better for the slingers on average. They did the same thing with Tudens a year ago, saying they raised the conversion resistance by 3, tricking an AoE2 wiki editor into thinking the roll chance is reduced from 38% to a third.
I feel
of
like
that,
he's
when,
looking
in
at
fact,
the
they just
wiki
raised
and
the min
other
and
things
max
more
levels
than
again.
literally the devs
In fairness,
themselves.
the term resistance is maybe something you can interpret in multiple ways, and the fact there are still 2 different ways to implement resistance makes it all inherently a bit confusing. Though it seems like when in doubt, these days just assume they're tweaking min and max. The one conversion speeding up tech, Inquisition, is mercifully pretty straightforward, and also works the min and max times by being basically an anti-devotion tech, lowering the warm-up time for conversions by 1 and dropping the max by 1, just sliding the distribution down by an interval. That said, the more complex type of resistance is still in the game, notably for the 2 scout units that resist conversion. These add to the minimum and max, so their conversion window is moved from 5 to 9 up to attempts 8 through 10, but then also cuts the chance of a conversion on each roll in half, calling back to that original version of resistance and keeping that in the game. The net effect is a much more consistent and longer on average conversion time by about 4
8 to
in-game
10
seconds, without those pesky
for
ultra-fast
scouts.
conversions ever sneaking in anymore. There is one other major exception to all of this, which is of course buildings, which take much longer to convert. That's because their window is 15 to 25 attempts, plus some built-in resistance dividing the chance to convert on each roll by 3. Functionally, looking at the distribution that creates, you get a lot of conversions at the maximum interval on the 25th roll, about 31 in-game seconds after they start, but you can get lucky and cut that down pretty dramatically. Of course, researching faith makes even your buildings less likely to accept their opponent's arguments in a religious debate, and with devotion, take 5 seconds longer than they otherwise would. Just a couple of other little tidbits I should mention. First off, on the topic of buildings, the old exploit of charging a bunch of conversions on a building and then switching to a unit to instantly convert it has been patched out, and now when you switch between a unit and building, it completely resets the timer. Also, there's nothing particularly interesting going on with group conversions. It's simply every monk individually warming up and doing their rolls. So there's no special boost or penalty to having multiple units attempting to
that's
convert
the
same
issue,
target,
is they
unless one
10
actually
of them
converts a target and you don't have the
all go on
in
cooldown.
which case, of course, every monk in the group loses faith, whether they were the one with the successful conversion roll or not. So that's an updated look at the conversion mechanics.
And that
where
doesn't
it
help
came
me
from, what
with
the
that.
overhaul addressed, and why min and max times are now the standard way of giving resistance, though not the only way, with scouts and buildings as notable exceptions. Big thanks to Samantha, James, Woodruff, Jared2142.
Just search Spirit of the Law. Alright. If you want more nerd stats. So, it's all full of stuff that's fun to bring out during a cast, and occasionally more practical things to understand during the game. Obviously, edge cases like, wow, that ship is going to take 2 seconds longer to convert. Or 2 ticks, I'm sorry. Is not exactly the most practical, but it's good to know. There's so much of that. In the game as well. But, it's gamer time. Spirit of the Law is the logo of AoE 2. And you're trying to use that as an insult? That's an insult to me. And also a ridiculous compliment to Loco. I love watching Loco for his in-depth 10 to 15 minute math-based video where he breaks down the edge cases of drones versus Zerglings. I might have missed those lately. But Spirit of the Law, like, a lot of the information is not immediately practical, but it's a lot of fun to watch, in my opinion. And there are some practical tidbits in there, like understanding that all units have a certain amount of time, like how conversions work, like how the little quirks that might be used against you as well. Because he's Master 1 build in AoE 2. I do think for the tournament, because of the system or the format of the like ladder peak rating, obviously you're incentivized to get really good at one strategy and push it as far as you can, because there's simply not time to do more than that. Like, it might be less than expansive, but if your goal is literally just get the highest number possible, that is the best way. Ideally, a early game strategy. That way you can play as many games as possible.
Yes.
Yes, and pauses. All right.
Start the game already. Yes.
This is how we speak. Age of Empires was ahead of its time on automation. By ahead of its time, I mean 1999. What is this wood line? I kind of love it. Just go home. It's not really about running out of wood, it's about how easy it is to protect. And that is, there's really not a lot of space between my TC and the wood line itself, as well as having so much that I should be able to hold on to it, so. We'll have two more, right? Yeah. I think it should be deer then, 'cause I would have seen chickens by now. But where are they? There's fish. It's already almost past the point. Ideally, if I get lucky now, they'll be on this side so I can push them to the mill, but oh shit. And it's 4 deer. I guess I'm feeling lucky. Where are you going? Oh my god, what a disaster. Phillies are so dumb. Just... You idiots. I tried to make it efficient, and instead they just kept walking over each other. Classic mistake. It's an art form. Herding pigs. I have to settle with 3. Oh, good to know. Of course it wasn't a wall. Wait, what? Still wasn't a wall. This fucking game. That went from decisive victory to... Eh. Hmm.
Vera, liebe.
Ohé.
Prêt. Ohé. Oje. Zeg. Prêt.
Bûcheron. Hiver.
Que fait?
Prêt.
Prêt.
Kate. Ohé. Café. Bûcheron.
Kever, oje. Ja. Liebe. Vera, liebe. Assisto. Assisto.
Prêt. Certes. Pastisor.
Prêt, liebe. Oe. Kever, Vera, oe, Vera. Assisto. Vera, liebe. Oe. Liebe, Vera. Assisto.
Kate. Pastisor.
Liebe. Vera, liebe. Oje. Liebe. Keverje. Vera. Liebe. Oje, liebe. Oe, liebe. Vera. Keverje. Oje, Vera.
Kate. Pastisor. Pastisor.
Oje, liebe. Oje. Liebe. Vera. Liebe. Keverje. Vera. Liebe. Assisto.
Prêt. Pastisor. Pastisor. Ohé. Pastisor.
Liebe. Liebe. Assisto. Vera. Vera. Oe. Zeg. Liebe. Vera. Oye.
We immediately applied it. Learning a little bit more. I was pretty confident because I won the fight against the knights, so it wasn't a huge commit. Even if I lose all those villies, I think I'm still okay. So it wasn't the most ambitious, though. It does look dramatic. Yeah, I ended the game with a supply block, 2,000 wood, 1,400 food, which it was clear I was focusing, but not exactly the ideal number. Casting helped a lot. The decision making of I'm gonna go scouts, then I'm gonna go knights. I mean, you keep doing that. It's not super complicated. Mix in the knights. Oh no, what happened? The game broke. That's crazy. I got water on my keyboard. Or maybe that was just the map screen. Wait. Oh, I'm only using 1v. Oh, the maps changed. That's why. Wait, how often do the maps change? In StarCraft 2, 1 year. In AoE 2? I feel like we should probably unban Arena and have something for that, but I don't. So my win rate on Arena is about 20... I think it's 27%, which does include... It's not good. Because there's not a lot of room for flexibility. Arena's like direct strike, where it's just, here are my units, or here's my build. What's your build look like? Same matchup, different player.
Hey, Pastissor.
Hey, Pastissor.
Koé, Pastissor, Maro.
Pastissor. Maro.
Deer.
Qui est?
Maro, Maro.
Let's see. We'll split it. A bit.
Kay, Pastisor. Café, Maro, Maro.
What? 2 sets of deer? That's gonna be very important to note.
Bûcheron, Pastisor.
Huh. That one's worthy of thinking.
Ohé, que fait? Hey.
Maro. Pirate, Libet. Ohé, Maro. Prêt. Kay, Chasseur.
There's no way this could go wrong.
Café. Ohé. Prêt. Pirax.
Oh my god.
Kay,
No! I said no! You stupid ass deer.
Chasseur.
Ah, shit.
Ohé.
Looks like the deer won.
Pastisor. Chasseur.
Okay, whatever.
Café. Pastisor.
Chasseur.
Kay, Chasseur.
Just try to get it around this stupid gold.
Libet, Libet.
Barreau. Que fait? Pirax. Chasseur.
Chasseur. Kay, Chasseur. Ohé,
Chasseur. Hey. Barreau.
prêt. Bûcheron. Chasseur. Chasseur. Ohé. Préfet. Ohé.
Chasseur.
Prêt.
Chasseur. Chasseur. Hey. Chasseur.
Kay, Chasseur. Maro. Café. Maro. Maro. Ohé.
Ohé.
Kay,
Chasseur.
prêt. Pirax. Maro. Certes. Certes. Pastisor.
I have no idea how that wall's going. It's a disaster. What? Huh. It's a freebie.
Ohé.
Hey. Chasseur. Barreau. Que fait? Crier. Ohé. Ohé. Chasseur. Bûcheron.
Prêt. Kay. Pastisor. Café. Maro. Pirax. Pirax. Prêt. Pastisor. Pastisor.
I'm not going for the second set of deer yet because... Well, until I see what he's doing. He's already building farms. Oh, probably because he didn't find those cows, eh?
Pastisor. Prêt.
the hell? Is this fast castle? Let's see. How would it be fast castle? He doesn't even have gold. It's stable. I built the gold mine, but then I think about hmm. Oh yeah, I still have one more. This just very convoluted. Scouts. Yeah. I got a stab. All right then. Shit.
Que fait à la bataille.
Oh, I had another scout too.
Bûcheron.
Crier, Maho. Bastisto. Hey, Mineo. Verax.
That's a little sloppy, but
Crier. Prêt. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Livet. Bonjour.
Prêt.
Que fait? Serre. À la bataille.
Boé. Verax. Bûcheron. Maro.
Sef. Oil. Livet. Bastisto.
I never got double bit. That's kind of huge. Felt like wood was a little slow.
Hey.
Bastisto.
Prêt. Que fait? Un bonjour.
Crier. Prêt.
C'est fait.
Sef.
Hmm.
Oil. Bastisto.
Okay.
Que fait? Crier. À la bataille.
Crier. Oil. Maho.
Boé. Bûcheron.
Que fait? Bonjour.
Bastisto. Dina.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll do.
Bastisto.
Prêt. Livet. Sef. Vera. Oil.
Livet.
Crier. Sef.
C'est fait.
Oil. Verax.
Hey.
Keböj. Sef.
Crier. Serre.
Vera.
Prêt. Oil. Hiver.
Prêt.
Bûcheron. Bastisto. Okay.
Livet. Vera.
C'est fait. Boé. Verax. Bastisto. C'est fait.
Bûcheron.
Prêt. Hiver. Bastisto. Bastisto.
Keböj. Livet. Oil.
Prêt. Livet.
Oil. Bastisto. 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 Bastisto.
Boé.
Crier. Bûcheron.
No.
Bûcheron.
Que fait?
Crier. Prêt. Livet. Vera.
I thought I'm in a real terrible way, but at least we got that. He's gonna get the rest pretty easy. Hmm. I never got wheelbarrow. It's a terrible spot. Gotta be careful with my own mangonels.
Effet, libelle, bûcheron, pastisseur.
Fait. Sec. Que fait? Oil. Sec. Linéo. Liné. Oil. Fait.
Hands-on. Bien.
Liné.
Fait. Libère. À la bataille. Bien. Fait. Oh yeah. Libère. Oh yeah. Bien.
Fait. Oil. Liné. Liebe, Liebe,
Ja, also.
Prêt.
Que fait?
Liebe, Vera.
Ohé. Pastisor. Bûcheron. Pastisor.
Also.
Kei. Bûcheron. Liber. Pastisor. Pastisor. Kei. Ohé. Kei. Liber. Pastisor.
Who cares about that son?
Que fait? Ja, Liebe. Also.
He's trapped in the paladins. Unfortunately, I have everything else.
Ohé. Kei. Liber. Pastisor.
À la bataille.
Liber.
Que fait? Ja,
Kei.
Pastisor.
Kei.
Pastisor.
Ohé. Liber.
Bonjour.
Wait, what? He's committed to that.
Ohé, fait. Bûcheron et bûcheron.
What? Oh, I saw a bunch of helps over there. I don't want to talk. But like scattered. The fuck is my... I think we got it now. Honestly, I probably would have gotten so sweaty and would have resigned myself to a resign potentially if he hadn't started laughing. And then I'm like, make him kill me. When I got completely destroyed by the camels. In a solid position. I mean, it was more tenuous. I wasn't gonna just leave, but oops. Seems like he's also not gonna just leave. I don't have chemistry. I don't think that's super huge. Let's get up there. Let's see. 8,400 on spies. Fucking trebuchets. Struggling. I'm trying to hit this town center. It's not loving it. Just fish boom. Yes, another quick game. I think if he had just, instead of focusing on the plays, if he had just gotten a castle and gone Imperial, I was super dead. But he was feeling it. I don't know how much I got. I'm just gonna estimate. Was it 8 I think it was like 4, 5 maybe. The Frank castles are cheaper. And I got like 3/4 of the stone. Stable units cost less. Also, Cam camel archers. Not archers, camel archers. I think those do exist, but the cavalry archers. No. Camel riders. There, we got there. Yeah, they're not quite pikes, but really not something I should be fighting. I thought like, well, they're pretty good. Like they're like 30% better because they have the bonus versus knights. It was not a good idea.
Okay.
I think I should treat them as twice as good to be safe. Chicken. I don't actually like the chicken maps as much. I think deer are better for me. Not a huge difference though.
Okay.
Also partially depends on how quickly I find my sheeps.
Prêt. Pastisson. Bûcheron.
So I haven't beaten the Ketons yet. Feel like everyone who's playing them has a real good idea of what they're doing. As it is a bit different. Not bad, definitely not bad, but different. Who does that? Yeah. I gotta stick around defensively in case he decides to get a little spicy.
Prêt. Terrasse.
I feel like going for the chickens is a bad idea, but we're still gonna give it a shot.
Kay, Maro, Oil, Bûcheron. Café, Rax, Libet, Oil, Pastissor, Oé, Maro, Pré, Maro, Libero, Certes, Pastissor.
All right.
Oé, Libet, Libet, Oil, Rax, Oil, Libet, Pastissor, Café. Kay, Pastissor. Pré, Oil, Pastissor, Bûcheron. Kay,
Assaut. À la bataille. Bonjour. Que fait? Libère.
Oof. Didn't notice it.
Café, Libet,
Why are you out here? You don't talk about this.
Que fait? Assaut. Bonjour.
Oé, Pirax.
Pilleur. Oliade. Que fait? Libère. Prêt à la bataille.
Libet, Oil, Chasséor. Oé, Pastissor, Pré, Pastissor.
Pilleur. Oliade. Libère. Bonjour. À la bataille.
Pirax, Libet. Maro. Pastissor.
Que fait? Libère. Chassez haut. Prêt à la bataille. Direct.
Fait. Ohé.
Chassez haut. Prêt.
Pastisor. Prêt. Libère. Pastisor.
Libère.
Kay.
Réalité.
Fait. Vilain.
Réalité. Assistant. De feuille. Libère.
Ohé. Pastisor.
Assistant.
Rip my C.
Prêt. Pastisor. Pastisor. Kay. Libère. Pastisor. Pastisor. Pastisor.
Sickest wall.
Fait. Kay. Fait.
Oh yeah, he noticed.
Ohé. Pastisor. Prêt. Libère. Kay. Prêt. Fait. Pastisor. Ohé. Verax. Pastisor. Prêt. Bûcheron. Ohé. Pastisor.
Rip.
Kay. Fait. Ohé. Bûcheron. Libère. Kay. Pastisor. Fait. Vilain. Pastisor. Fait.
Ah, we're back to the camel situation. Okay.
Pastisor.
À la bataille.
Ok. Prêt. Pirax. Pastisor. 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 Ohé. Pastisor.
Get back in here. We're locking the gate.
Pastisor.
Before you do anything more stupid.
Pastisor. Ok. Pastisor. Pirax. Libère. Pastisor.
Prêt. Vera.
Que faire?
Prêt. Libère. Pastisor. Bûcheron. Pastisor. Ok. Ohé. Pastisor. Pépé.
Prêt. Libé. Vera.
Bûcheron. Minéor. Prêt. Pirax. Libère. Ohé. Ok. Pirax. Pastisor. Ohé. Pastisor. Pastisor. Pépé. Pastisor.
This isn't locked. Why can't you get out?
Ok. Prêt. Bûcheron. Pirax. Libère. Ohé. Pastisor.
Gotta keep the pressure on.
C'est fait.
Crier.
Certo. Liebe. Oye. Certo. Libera.
Prêt. Ferrari. Pastisor.
Dai, certo.
Bien à fond.
Oye. Oye. Libera. Liebe. Dai. Vera.
Qui va? Bien. Prêt à la bataille. Que fait? Prêt, c'est
Oye.
libère.
Oye. Liebe.
Okay.
Minéo. Assistant. Crier.
Oi, Neo. Liberte. Ferrari. Bûcheron. Pastisor.
Certo. Oye. Certo.
Qui va?
Oye. Vera. Libera.
Assistant.
Oé. Bûcheron.
Prêt.
Okay.
Assistant.
Prêt.
Prêt. Assistant.
C'est fait. Oil. Pastisor.
Hey, assistant.
Oé.
Minéo. Hey, hey, assistant. Crier. Assistant. Hey, Minéo.
Okay. Pastisor.
Assistant. Hey, assistant. 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 Hey, assistant. Crier. Fait. Bien, libère. Oh, bien, libère. Fait. Oh, yeah.
C'est fait. Ferrari.
What a disaster.
Prêt. Reste sort.
Wow, fire lancers are good. Where are all my idle villies? Oh.
Ohé. Okay. Prêt. Ohé. Libère. Reste sort. Reste sort.
We need to do something else. That isn't just sit there and die.
Okay. Reste sort.
No, there's not much food coming in, is there?
Ohé. Libère. Okay. Reste sort.
I think maybe... Yeah, it was just siege, I think. I don't know if throwing axemen are it. But they're not even taking them down that quickly. These are the elites. I want to try it out.
Prêt. Reste sort.
From what I understand, fire lancers are like halfway between men at arms and spears. with a rocket attack as well. And they cost wood and gold, which means you could spam hussars. Versus, maybe it was just infantry. I could have just built long swords. Is that really a thing? Well, it's better than getting stabbed. Citation needed. Yeah. I don't think the mangonel would have been huge. He didn't seem like someone who was going to walk into it. I would have helped, though. Fitting him out. Feel like I blew that one. So, the counter to going scouts into knights is scouts into camels so far. Like I said, I'm just spamming the most obvious Frank strategy. And so far, the most effective answer is the same thing, but with units that directly counter. And can it? I think just getting militia. Like, if he has literally no ranged. But then that's my food gold. Scorpions? Oh yeah, I have bombard cannons. We've gone to later Imperial so little that I forgot about bombard cannons. Oh. Yeah, that... Being able to build, or not have to build out of castles, and... Yeah. And bombard cannons aren't too terrible at dealing with infantry. They're not great, but they're not terrible. Yeah, but the answer is infantry. With maybe a bit of siege, like... Barracks, bombard. Because he has no easy counter to that. Unless he's going to go archers, which are... Or siege himself. But if you have bombards, you should be able to snipe it. So... Mega random. Those are educationals. That guy had more than just camels. If he had kept on camels, I think I lock it down. But the fire lancers were too much. Random match, mega random. RMMR. What? That looks too normal. Suspiciously normal looking. There's gonna be like a neutral monastery or something. Not even a weird nomad start. That's a wood line. So many goat.
Okay.
Swamp. What? Does this go to the edge? It does. Are there fish? There's the gold. Believe it or not, more goats. And a whole bunch of deer.
Hey, Vera.
Ohé, Féfé, Maro, Maro, Maro.
Ohé, c'est. Maro. Maro. Oil, c'est. Bûcheron.
Kay. Ohé,
Prêt. Crier. Ohé. Fait.
Maro, Maro, Maro.
Are there any actual fish?
Prêt. Maro, Maro.
Crier.
Maro, Liberax. Liber, Astissor.
Ohé. Oil, fait. Assistant. Ohé.
Maro, 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 Maro.
Crier.
Ohé,
Fait.
Prêt. Liberax. Kay.
Assistant. Assistant. Assistant.
Almost got. Looks like no.
Féfé.
Alright, fuck it, whatever. There's enough to go around.
Prêt.
Astissor.
Maro. Crier.
Kay.
Chasseur. Assistant. Chasseur. Fait. Maro. Verax. Chasseur. Libé.
I have no idea where to find him. And I don't want to risk running right in.
Prêt. Féfé.
Even the gold patches are weird. Relics don't spawn too close to bases, right? Like,
Maro. Kay. Maro.
come on, guys.
Féfé. Maro. Oil. Astissor. Maro. Bûcheron. Ohé. Astissor. Astissor. Maro. Kay. Astissor. Prêt. Féfé. Maro. Liber. Maro. Ohé.
Don John. Forget how Sicilians work, but that's like a normal tower, right? Not a crazy thing. Tower barracks. Ah. It's pretty sick.
Prêt. Féfé. Oil. Maro. Liber. Kay. Prêt. Astissor. Ohé. Astissor. Kate. Café. Bûcheron. Kate. Ohé. Oil. Pastisor. Café. Prêt. Pastisor.
It's gonna get weird, isn't it?
Ohé. Pastisor. Libet. Ferra. Libet. Kate. Oil. Libet. Prêt. Oil. Libet. Certes.
There's another gold on the other side.
Café. Pastisor. Ferra. Oil. Libet. Oil. Kate. Libet. Oil. Prêt. Libet. Pastisor. Ohé. Pastisor. Oil. Ferra. Mineo.
Well, I think that was okay, but I'm definitely not making the best use.
Ohé. Pastisor. Bûcheron. Kate.
Bit of a mess.
Prêt. Ohé. Café. Pastisor.
Every time.
Prêt. Pastisor. Kate. Pastisor. Ohé. Bûcheron. Pastisor. Café. Pastisor.
Hmm.
Kate. Libet. Pastisor. Pastisor. Prêt. Bûcheron.
Libet. Artisan. Feuilleur. Artisan. Prêt.
Bûcheron. Minéor. Prêt. Libère. Bûcheron.
Poète. Minéor. Fait. Artisan.
Pastissor. Pastissor.
Minéor.
Minéor.
Que fait? Bûcheron.
Fait. Libère. Vilain. Pastissor.
I'm a little heavy on the houses.
Prêt. Oil. Terrax. Assistant. Bûcheron. Assistant. Feuilleur. Bonne joie.
Fait. Pastissor. Prêt.
Assistant. Terrax. Bûcheron. Minéor. Barreau. Minéor. Que fait? Azan.
Fait. Pastissor.
Prêt. Terrax. Oil. Sec. Oil. Sec.
Hmm.
Prêt. Pastissor.
Fait. Oil. Libère. Vilain. Assistant. Assistant.
Oil.
Minéor. Oil. Fait. Assistant.
Fait. Pastissor. Fait. Pastissor. Prêt. Fait. Libère. Oé. Pastissor. Terrax. Bûcheron. Vilain. Bûcheron. Vilain. Pastissor. Pastis sort.
Prêt. Oh yeah. Ouais. C'est livré.
Liber.
Hmm.
Ouais. Livré. C'est vera. Oh yeah.
Oui. Pastis sort.
Prêt.
Okay. Prêt.
Kiva.
Oui. Bûcheron. Pastis sort.
Prêt. Ouais. C'est. Oh yeah. Oh livré. Ouais. Livré.
Okay. Bûcheron. Pirax.
Vera. Oh yeah. Kiva. Livré.
Effet. Bûcheron. Pastis sort. Oui. Pastis sort.
Ouais. C'est. Oh yeah. Tu fais. Oh yeah.
Prêt.
Prêt. Kiva. Livré.
Prêt. Libère. Bûcheron. Oui. Bûcheron. Okay. Libère.
Hmm.
Libère. Prêt. Bûcheron. Effet. Pirax. Bûcheron. Pastis sort. Oui. Okay. Oui. Libère. Pastis sort. Pastis sort. Pastis sort. Okay. Pastis sort. Pastis sort. Bûcheron. Effet.
Thank you.
Prêt.
C'est vilain. Assistant. Prêt. Bien. Oh yeah. Prêt. Vilain. Assistant. Oh, bûcheron. Certes. Bûcheron. Grillé. Férax. Voyez.
Ohé. Libé. 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 Fait.
Serré. Assistant. Grillé.
Pastisso.
Prêt. Oh, assistant. Prêt. Voyez. Assistant.
Kate.
Fait. Assistant. Férax. Assistant.
Ohé. Kate. Pirax. Oil. Oil.
Grillé.
Pastisso. Libé. Libé. Libé.
Grillé. Prêt. Voyez. Férax. Assistant. Assistant.
Hmm. I see. He's way ahead of me. On this count, at least.
Prêt.
Assistant. Fait. Voyez. Assistant.
Oui.
The crusade. Wait, what?
Prêt.
Minéo. Brigade.
Ohé.
Ohé.
C'est fait. Oil. Pastisseur.
C'est fait.
C'est fait.
Cité. Oil. Pastisseur. Brigade. Artisan.
Prêt. Pastisseur. Ohé. Kate.
Maxed.
C'est fait.
C'est fait.
Ohé.
Terrain. Pastisseur.
Kate.
Pastisseur. À la bataille. Prêt.
Minéo. Pastisseur. Pastisseur. Artisan. Pastisseur.
Pastisseur.
Ohé. Pastisseur. Pastisseur.
Prêt. Par le doigt.
Prêt.
Oil. Pastisseur.
C'est fait. Oil. Oil.
C'est fait. Brigade. C'est fait. Prêt. Fait.
Pastisseur.
Prêt. Important. Prêt. On y va.
Kate. C'est fait. Ohé.
Too many villies.
Pastisseur. Prêt. Kate. Vilain. Vilain.
I never got +3 anything. He didn't bring in his halberds here. I don't have the upgrades though. It's really rough. And then he found the halberds. I forgot the +3, and I don't have paladins. I don't even have another, like, he did the crusade thing, and I'm not sure what that does, but it worked, I think. I never got in to actually hit his economy. I have a bit of relic gold. That is not enough. Need spears. He remembered this existed. Scout cap pretty good. Hmm. All right, we got to figure out what the Sicilians do. Start with 100 stone. Up to 5 town centers spawn 5 sergeants each. Units more resistant to... Ah. Oh yeah, I think I remember learning about the conversion resistance as well. So, an extra 10-15 units for probably significantly less than that cost. Probably 15 to 20. And also, he did the hidden base at the same time. I'm like, I'm going to be clever. I'm going to sneak my villies out. He already did the same thing. Oh, 1 sec. I never really focused. Again, kind of lost on the late game. In every sense of the word. I tried to build skirmishers, but by the time I was doing it, it was already way too late. Pretty cool map, though. The way it ended up getting set up. I actually ran out of wood, pretty much, on this side of the map. Which was a real struggle. Yeah. I really thought it was going well. And I think it was going okay. But, I needed to deal with this. He already mined this out a while ago. It's mega random, alright? So... the way it is. Way she goes. But... I want to play more. But I have a bunch of stuff. So, yeah, I can talk about it now. I think it's going to be tomorrow or, on Friday, we're going to be unboxing the StarCraft miniature tabletop game. Yes, they've sent me... I don't know, actually, what they sent me, but they sent me something. And I'm going to be playing around with it, and then I'm going to have my wife paint them. But I know a lot of people... So not everyone's interested, but those people who are interested are very interested in such things. And I'll give you my layman's review of... I've never played any of them. I don't necessarily know if I will, but I'm looking forward to it. And I actually watched some of the games, like, that the channels who do that. It actually looks really cool. I thought it was going to be a gimmick. I've never really paid attention to any of the tabletop stuff, but it looks pretty cool. And I think I'll at least try a basic bit. On top of, obviously, just... I don't know if there will be a discount, but there will be some sort of promotional code if you're into that, if you got the means and motivation. So look forward to that. For Age of Empires, I don't know, just... I'm sure there's plenty of figures out there of spearmen and such, but not to belittle it. I actually really want to play more, but I know I gotta get all this done. Emails and such. The worst. This job isn't as glamorous as it seems, losing to... my own incompetence so often. But thank you for watching. I thought it was still pretty good. Ended 4 MMR high. Don't let it lie to you. We started at 1312. I ended at 1318. Though so far, mostly knowledge losses. Like, and the Franks showing their weakness in the late game, peaking and then going downhill. And starting to learn more about that. But I'm going to be playing more. I have rumblings of the StarCraft 2 PTR patch happening soon. Another one. The one that hopefully fixes the blatant bugs. So we may be spending a few days on that again, assuming it actually does anything, which is a pretty strong assumption. So there's a lot going on. But if you're on the YouTubes, be awesome if you can like and subscribe. And if not, well, Winterstarcraft, Wintergaming TV, you can always catch up if you're not a vampire like me. So, thank you for watching. I hope I made your day a little bit better. Good luck, have fun. Stay tuned.